Hello, everyday goddesses and divine feminines. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to look at what needs to be cleared to get to union. All right, so we're going to start pile one here with the Radiant Tarot. And we've got a beautiful little piece of citrine here, third chakra power. And then we've got the Lightseers Tarot with this, piece of rutilated, it's got some clear quartz and onyx mixed together. And then we've got an amethyst here on the Ethereal Visions Tarot. So take a moment, take a deep breath, and let's get started here. Okay, I'm just gonna put those to the side. So we're gonna be looking at, we'll see what comes up, spiritual, emotional, energies, whatever comes up. We'll start with the divine feminine first, all right? And just see what the current energies are, what the emotional body is experiencing at this time, all right? So, divine feminine. We've got the Queen of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. Can you see that? Yeah, okay. Those are the energies. And let's see what's in the emotional body. The Two of Cups. Lots of cups and emotions here. The Eight of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Well, divine feminine, you're really doing well. Let's start over here with the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is a woman who's, keeping her emotions to her chest, her feelings to the chest. So energetically, there is a tremendous amount of feeling burdened by keeping things sort of to yourself. And you're feeling a little satisfied in that energy, which is fine. But what I'm picking up here is that there's sort of a need to sort of unburden yourself a little bit, all right? You don't have to do it alone, is what I'm hearing. You're sort of been a little emotionally satisfied in being a little removed and a little bit in your solitude. And it's been a good phase to be in, because you're feeling kind of like you needed to step back and be on your own and fill your own cup for a little while. But it's now getting time to sort of let go of having to carry that on your own. All right, so anything that you feel needs to be communicated at this time, communicate that. All right, don't feel you need to carry this all on your own. And also, energetically, know that it's getting time for the masculine to start carrying his part of the load. And that can just be in terms of your energy, divine feminine. You don't need to be doing all the work. You don't need to carry his stuff for him. You don't need to carry the whole weight of the union on your shoulders, all right? You've actually really achieved a lot of inner balance, right? But it's not all yours alone to carry. This can also be referring to allowing yourself to reach out to other friends, to other divine feminines. You don't have to keep it all locked up and bottled in to yourself, okay? So make those connections a little bit, all right? Emotionally, there's this beautiful Two of Cups energy, and you're feeling very fresh and sort of romantic and getting ready to start a new cycle of love. And there's going to be a lot of information coming in for you. So be aware. There's this, the Eight of Wands is a lot of downloads coming through. And take comfort in your home, in the physical world around you, in your physical body. We've got the Queen of Pentacles energy in here. Okay, and this is a woman who's just really a master of the physical realm. take solace in your financial accomplishments. And if that sounds like, oh, I don't have any right now, then focus on them. All right? Start paying attention to your physical world around you. This could be just straight up money issues. It could be your wardrobe, right? I'm looking at her lovely gown here. Also the red, the first chakra leads you, the physical body. Make sure that you're exercising, take care of your physical body. All right. Let's go back to the Two of Cups energy too. This is also about allowing romantic energy in from other sources. And it doesn't necessarily have to be another person, though it might be, other than your partner, but kind of coming from everywhere, everything. Let the spiritual energy sort of bring that feeling of, you know, fresh young romance, just even connecting to the world at large, you know, connecting to nature, connecting to the things around you. So this is an interesting spread, Divine Feminine, because I'm not really seeing anything really dark that needs to get cleared. It's more about connection. Again, you've developed a lot of emotional growth and emotional stability, and it's time to anchor it. Anchor it in the physical world. Continue to allow the spiritual dimension to bring new messages. Now that you've sort of laid this fertile emotional ground for yourself, allow spirit to guide you further, and put down what doesn't belong to you. Okay? It's not all your problem. Okay? Let some of it go. Let some of it go. Okay, let's go here and see if there's anything that we're not seeing in the tarot as far as emotions and spiritual issues to clear. If there's anything niggling and hiding in the corners. Empowered. Wow, there you go. You're getting all this positive stuff. I'm sitting here looking for problems and you're not getting it. You're power hungry. Power hungry. Now I'm going to put that over there with the wands. Okay, so power hungry can also mean taking on what, I'm going to go back to taking on what isn't belonging to you. You know, it can be common to sort of try and stay control of the healing, because that's a very wounded child response. Like, if I'm in charge of everything, if everything's my fault, my problem, I'm going to work on it, I'm going to heal it. That's a way that we can sort of hold on to control. And that's what a wounded child does early on in the family, right? If my parents are abusive or I'm in a difficult situation, if I can blame myself and own it, then I can fix it. And so what I'm getting from spirit is you giving yourself some permission here to know that it's not all on you, right? You don't have to hold on to the thing so hard and make it all work. Okay, let that flow a little bit. The emotions here, empowered. Okay, this Queen of Pentacles. Again, I think it's just allowing in your achievements, allowing in the flow of what you've created. Look at this beautiful tree. Again, we've got the heart in that tree. Beautiful made for love cards here. Letting in sort of this emotional flourishing that you've created. See the Queen of Pentacles, she's in the garden. The flowers are blooming, right? You've achieved a lot, and now it's almost like time to just allow yourself to absorb it. Okay, let's have some oracle messages here for you. We're kind of keep hitting this thing. It's kind of, sorry about that. Okay, we're gonna have a little jump there, if that's okay, because we shut off for a second, but I'm picking up. Okay, we're gonna look at some oracle cards here from the Moonology deck. Communication is key. Well, let's put that one over here. So this again is telling you not to keep everything to yourself so much. You're burdening yourself a little bit by being a little too private, too hidden. And here, in this communication is key. This is so interesting because it's actually two female faces. So I'm going to reiterate again about reaching out to your female friends, communicating, And I'm going to say, if you might be saying right now, like, oh God, I talk to my girlfriends all the time and tell them everything. But I'm going to say, let's be a little bit more discerning and pick some people to discuss these, your journey with divine feminines that are going to be more productive about it. All right. So release the bitching and moaning crowd and all men are like this crowd, and connect in with other female energies that are going to actually help you to process and resolve in a more productive way. Okay. I feel like getting an angel message for you, Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine pile 1. Let's see who comes up for you today. Seraphina, I am the angel of families. A happy change or addition is coming to your family. Oh gosh, there's a baby in this picture, okay? Maybe that belongs here. Now, don't panic. If you're not ready to have a baby, this can be coming, this can be a lot of things. This could be a pet. This could be a new puppy. This could be, let's go over here into the home, right? This could be somebody else in your family having a child. This could be somebody in your family getting engaged. So again, there's a beautiful energy that you've created in the home life. And it looks like there's some blessings coming in. Pink is the heart chakra. All right. So there's this beautiful energy that it reminded me of here too, this romantic love, that because it doesn't just have to be romance, right? It can just be that beautiful, fresh beginning of divine love. And it might be coming through some unexpected areas. I'm going to say here, though, of staying in this energy of unconditional love and fresh, new eyes towards your masculine, right, is going to open up some spiritual messages coming in. So even if you're in separation, getting yourself a little bit more in touch with that, that energy of when you first met and you were enthusiastic and loving about the connection. So releasing any emotions that are blocking you from being in that fresh, open state, because holding on to any bitterness or anger at this time is sort of blocking this emotional energy that's coming in from the divine, that's going to lead you even into more solid gratitude and a solid foundation for your physical world. So any kind of emotional work right now that you can do to sort of release old anger and resentments that you've been hanging on to would also be really beneficial at this time. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps to get it out there, and leave any comments. I'd be happy to hear from you. So that's great. Okay, now we're gonna go on to pile 2. Hello, pile 2, and welcome. Welcome to your reading. We've got the Lightseers Tarot here with this beautiful piece of rutilated quartz. So, okay, so we're going to be looking at messages, things to clear, get you closer to union, help you get down that path a little bit more, what to be focusing on as we move into the next cycle. All right, so in the spiritual energies, we're looking at, 2 of Cups. That came up before in pile 1, in the emotional position. Page of Pentacles. And King of Wands. Okay, so 2 of Cups energy is that beautiful romance. And this is that fresh beginning of love. And Spirit, again, this is very similar to before, because I'm kind of telling you to stay optimistic in terms of your spiritual path. All right, we have these beautiful rainbows coming up, these beautiful hands intertwined, fresh love, getting in touch a little bit with the energies of what it felt like when you first met your partner, your counterpart. All right, and releasing anything that needs to be apologized for. All right, so the Page of Pentacles is about finding balance. We have this beautiful mandala wheel, which reminds me of the karmic wheel. So at this time, I'm going to say there's some Ho'oponopono work for this divine feminine to be releasing energies from the past that are preventing you from sort of staying in this more fresh, optimistic energy. And when that happens, so there's just stuff being, you know, circulated from past lives, past some scars. The Page of Pentacles is also, it's a message, and it's kind of a hesitant message. It's thinking sort of quietly and kind of concerned, not sure about moving forward. But this is because there's things that are still sort of hanging on in the fibers of your being. And when you let go of that, there's a lot of forward movement that comes in, a lot of courage, a lot of spiritual energy that gets released, all right? That King of Wands energy, that clarity, that strength. There's a fire that starts to come through when you let go of this hesitancy and you let go of clinging to the past, and make sure that if there's anything in past lives that you need to make good on karmically, that you're doing that work. All right, I'm just getting that there might be sort of hidden things in the past that you're not quite seeing right now. So any kind of regression work would be good right now. And again, Ho'oponopono can clear up that kind of work. All right, let's look at the emotional body. All right, Seven of Cups. The options, the Moon, and the Ace of Swords. All right. So, Divine Feminine, there is a need to shine the light of truth on your inner fears. You're getting a little lost right now in your options and also some illusions. The Seven of Cups is, there's sort of like an indecisive looking at different paths that you could go down and not really sure what road to go down. There's these ladders to climb, clearing out confusions, like what kind of, even in terms of like what kind of healing to do. But I'm going to say there's, in that hesitancy, there's just a way that you've been sort of tapping on the surface of healing and dancing around a lot of different things as I'm sort of skittling along the surface. And you've been kind of avoiding going down into the deeper depths of your fears. So go deeper, because there are some really deep truths about the depths of your emotional body that need to come forward. And this sort of hesitant tapping around, this is like a shell game, right? You're sort of moving different emotional issues around. Like in 12-step program, they call that like when you do an emotional geographic. So you're just sort of moving things around, but actually not going down all the way down into the depths of the issues. So you've been doing, it's like you're doing the work, but you're doing it lightly and avoiding some of the harder stuff to go down into. You know, let's look at what it is that you've been avoiding. All right, you've been avoiding something emotionally. Let's go to, I love Made for Love. She's the best. And we're going to look at her emotional intelligence deck. What is it that you've been avoiding that's under this one shell, right? Here's that one, that red one at the root chakra. That's at the core of it, right? Self-sabotaging. Yeah, well, there you are. Okay. You'll be relieved when you let it go. Okay? I'm not quite sure that we've gotten to the center of it yet. Nowhere to hide. researching past lives. All right, we talked about that. Things that you need to bring forward to the light. Contracts. Okay, we're going to put that up there of past lives. All right, this isn't coming as forward right now. This isn't immediate stuff. This is past life work. This is karmic work. All right, and this dancing around almost, I'm going to say, superficial emotional issues is stopping you from going deeper. There's definitely regression work, karmic work. You've got contracts from past lives. There's some karma that you've created in past contracts that need to be resolved and absolved. All right, to get into this fire, and you're up against it, Divine Feminine. You've got nowhere to hide. All right, you can kind of move these shells around, but that's just like you're going sideways until you go down into the depths of the subconscious. There's karmic, some scars that are being held really, really deep in the system. You know, I'm going to be doing a workshop in 2 weeks to release some scars, which would be really great. But I also think regression work is super important, because I think you need to become really aware of what those contracts were. This can be stuff that's contracts with your masculine. It could be with his karmic. It could be other people in the soul group, okay? But it's something that's really deep, that's causing a lot of fear. But I really encourage you to go for it, because when you shine that light of truth onto what those old contracts are, and you start to cut some of those cords that are available to be cut, you're going to feel way lighter when that's done. Okay? All right. So go for it. All right? Go for that work, and I hope it works out. Please do make comments and hit the bell, subscribe. That'd be wonderful to hear from you. I hope that was helpful. I know that's a little like woof, but you've got some stuff right in front of you to be digging into. So I support you in doing that. Well, welcome pile 3. So again, we've got this beautiful Ethereal Visions Tarot with the amethyst. And let's take a look here and see what messages come through. Some things have been about clearing, but some things are just about like where to focus your healing as we move forward on your journey towards union. Just helping you to get a little bit of a focus here. Let's look what's going on in your energy, Divine Feminine. The 5 of Pentacles. Judgment. And the Knight of Wands. Let's look at the emotional body at the same time, okay? The Page of Pentacles. The 5 of Wands. And the 2 of Pentacles. I'm actually going to start here for a second in the emotional body. So that Page of Pentacles energy is that energy of sort of considering making an offer, communicating, reaching out, considering action, but holding back and thinking about it. So there's somebody, that you're thinking about, most likely your divine counterpart, but this holding back of communication on your part, Divine Feminine, quite frankly, is a little bit of a game playing. You're kind of playing games a little bit. So watch the tendency to be emotionally manipulative. I know that trigger warning, might not like to hear a great thing to say, but that's what's coming up here. That you're sort of holding back, expressing yourself emotionally, and it's not really in the service of self-preservation or boundaries. It's more like, well, if I pull back, he'll do this. If I do this, he'll do that. So it's sort of this push-pull energy back and forth. And the 2 of Pentacles is sort of about juggling And so I think you're juggling whether to be actually authentically truthful in your communications, or to still stay in this game playing energy of how you express and put your emotional truth out there. You're holding both, right? So you're at a choice point. This is sort of choices. You've got a choice to make there, Divine Feminine, to change how you're holding yourself in relationship to your counterpart. This is a very strong message to drop the games. The energy up here that you're experiencing is that Five of Pentacles. So this is, you're feeling really left out in the cold by your counterpart. But it's a good thing, all right? Because things are, by being in that separate energy, you get the Judgment card, which is about waking up. Things kind of coming into a rebirth, and this is you coming into a rebirth. This Judgment card, this is karma coming back around. This is opening yourself up to spirit, higher, reaching for higher truths. You just are going to have to get rid of the pity party a little bit, of feeling like you're being pushed out. You're not being pushed out. You're being invited in, and invited into a much bigger world than even just this petty game that you've been playing. This is a little tougher reading than the other one. So if you picked this pile, I know you're kind of getting it a little bit. But if you can make this transition from holding your energy as someone who's being kept outside to someone who's being invited to spirit, then it comes forward in the Knight of Wands energy, which is passion coming in. See, he's riding in with his stick. Yeah, he's coming rushing in, this forward movement energy of an offer coming straight at you, this beautiful masculine energy, the horse, this knight that's coming in. But it's really up to you to change your perspective, okay? And this spiritual energy, the way you're holding it, this is the way you're looking at your spiritual life, is dropping down and causing you to be sort of reactive emotionally in ways that are not really serving you. Let's look at what it is by holding back and playing games. I would like to see what it is that you're hiding, what you're not wanting to feel very vulnerable about. You know, like, what's the purpose of the game playing? How are you protecting yourself? What are some of the core issues inside there that you're keeping in check or trying to protect? Okay, devoted and purposelessness. Okay, well, I think on one hand, yeah, you're trying, it's very vulnerable for you, Divine Feminine, to allow your masculine to see how devoted you are to him. And there's a difference between allowing yourself to be seen or communicated as being spiritually devoted, like in the terms of unconditional love, and not being a doormat, like, I'm so devoted to you that you can do whatever you want to me and I'll take it. It's not that. It's shifting that kind of codependent, manipulative energies into a devotion that is, again, something higher. You're being asked again to shift these essential energies of love and connection into a higher level, because, you know, the word devoted, this could be, you know, this could be held in two different ways. You know, devoted, codependently devoted to a point where you're lost yourself, or unconditionally devoted. And that also means I can love you unconditionally. Doesn't mean you get to come in my house and create a mess, right? But just raising yourself more up to that level of compassion. I'm devoted to this journey. I'm devoted to the two of us growing together, even if we're growing separately for a little while. You know, I'm devoted to this joint effort that we have here. And sometimes you may have to draw boundaries, and sometimes you may have to let down your own guard. and purposelessness. So, okay, so Divine Feminine, a little trigger warning here. You've gotten to a point with this journey where you've kind of lost track of the rest of your life. And you're feeling, that if you don't get this feedback from him, that your life doesn't have a purpose. So Spirit is asking you to get yourself out of this toxic push and pull energy with him and start to explore on a deeper level what your life's purpose is on your own without him. Okay, you can have that spiritual journey, that growth together, but this is lack of mission, of you're not fully on mission, or if you do feel that you're on mission, there might be some adjustments to make in terms of what that mission really is. So this needs some fine tuning, because this is a sense of just listlessness, just sort of moving around without a lot of directed focus. Okay, so pull your attention up out of poor me and push pulling with him. Get yourself this Divine Feminine here. You're asked, you need a big leap forward here, forward and up, Divine Feminine. Let's get some guidance. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. So I'm going to put this down here and say that this sort of push-pull game playing that you've been involved with your masculine, it's been wearing you out a little bit. It's been draining your energies. This picture is see, she's alone in the water, in the stars. All right, it's time to retreat a bit, actually, from this toxic engagement as a bit of a transition, so you can get to a higher level of engagement, a higher level of communication about this devotion. All right, and some time for this Judgment card, for you to start allowing your karmic energies to clear, finding some kind of a practice to make sure that you're reaching upward on a daily basis. When you find yourself being caught in that Five of Pentacles energy, which is that impoverished, just downtrodden without any resources, shifting from that energy to the Judgment. See, she's reaching up. See the goddess up above in the heavens. Okay, that I'm also going to put this sort of like in between here, right? This nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Water your garden. That's how you're going to get yourself from that outsider energy, that, burdened, victimized energy, into an ascended energy. And that might be something that you have to watch on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes you go like, we got these cycles. I don't think we're just like, oh, we're here in this kind of dark, difficult energy, and then boom, we're forever ascended. It comes and goes, right? But having that frame of mind and an awareness of like, okay, I'm in this difficult space. How do I get myself refocused, right? I find myself, playing, games like, oh, you didn't text me back, and so I'll do that, or, I'll say something on this Facebook page, whatever. And using this as a transitional energy to reset and refocus yourself. Also, this bathing in the water, this taking the time, this is also going to help you to get a little focused on what your life's work is and your mission of how to move forward in a much more divine feminine power. All right. Okay. So I hope that's helpful. Please do like, share, subscribe, and, leave me a comment. Let me know if it resonated for you. I know this was some kind of harsh news here, Divine Feminine, but once in a while we just have to get a little bit of a wake-up call. That's what the Judgment card is too, right? It's waking up from the dead. Wake up from the dead and reach up. And I'll see you next time, okay? So don't forget, we're also having a great Kundalini Yoga workshop on the 28th this month. It's going to be about releasing samskaras and karmic memories out of the energy field of your own body. And you can sign up for that at www.everydaygoddess1111. You can also get karmic clearings from me there or a personal reading. Okay, I'll see you guys next week, and take care, move forward, meditate, eat well, and keep the focus, keep the faith. I'll see you soon.